Doctors talking about money, homie, I ain't concerned. I'ma tell you what banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate, then watch the money pile up. Or we can go upside there with a, come on, they know where we be. You can find me in the club, full of, mama, I got what you need, if you need to fill it. I'm in the habit, I ain't in the make it. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting it. You can find me in the club, full of, mama, I got what you need, if you need to fill it. I'm in the habit, I ain't in the making. So come give me a hug, if you're in the getting it. Don't try to act like you don't know who we be, neither. We in the club all the time, it's a problem, pop on. Shady aftermath. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall and shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. Talk about, now we're doing it, prick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I cop the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, name. I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front the back gate yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Mic check.
We are just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Browns defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield going to switch things up here. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now Mayfield, a throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. If you look at this Browns defense, they've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
And now an audible here into something else. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Mayfield. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. 2nd and 6. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. An audible here to get a new look. Fourth down, Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the... And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
2nd down, Mayfield. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go play action here on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. On On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it as we resume action. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Baker changing the play at the line. To throw, Mayfield. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Sanders, off play action. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's on his way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. Kirk. Press on 80. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off Play action. Sanders rolling to his right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. The Browns sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
This now a 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Sanders sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talk about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellows up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
Now Baker going to change it up. Mayfield to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Now they'll audible to something else. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Here comes third and the length of the football. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the pass.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
He'll buy some time right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Mayfield going to switch things up here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Here's Sanders off the play fake. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Sanders now. Off play action. He'll rifle this one deep. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline.
As Sanders has it poked free, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I'd just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. 81 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the gun, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now 3rd down and very long. Baker changing the play at the line. Third and long for Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Returnable here from the 38. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Off play action. Sanders. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, we got 3 down. 36. Free.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown, Browns! A 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Let's go, D. 49.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Mayfield now. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Kill. Check 31. Check. Fresno. 49 the mark. 49.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll run again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, let's see where they turn on 3rd and goal from the 5. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12.
Under 10.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Brandon, these quarterbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
Palmer going to go in motion left. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Now Baker going to change it up. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll set up a throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Boswell for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
6
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they'll change things up.
Kings. Hey, check back, Mike 6. Hey. Let's go. Mike 6.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. A short throw caught by Andrews. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Browns will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
Bison, 60 Bison. Coming this way, here we go. 18, Pioneer. 25, check 25, check 25. Alert 3. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Cleveland, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I into the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause I might got it out the streets. I keep on 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting them all with the whole team. Now I can't answer calls cause I'm balling. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich deep.